Good morning and welcome to today's live show. Just remember that you only have a few days left to get the course for 80% off before that price goes up, up, up. So think about it. But at the time we're at right now, we are seeing bulls attempt to take back control by doing what? Doing that crazy thing, which is taking back this high. We discussed over the weekend how it would be much easier to dictate this as a new high to take back. But we saw some good news and boom to the upside, which is being suggested by a 30-minute divergence. Not necessarily there on your MACD, but it is on the RSI and it is showing up in the future. So you do have the divergences you need to do what? To curl up a 2-hour chart. That's right, a 2-hour chart to the upside. If you want to see a positive move, you got to curl up in a positive territory. This means that if the 2 hour is able to confirm up, and we're not able to reject from these big sellers in here, but instead we're able to break through, then it is pretty good sign that we are going to see a new high in this overall move, which will continue the bullishness. We will be watching out for any forms of divergence, even though I think this would be a push to overall continue to go to something like 609 to 605. That's the area that I'm looking for. But we have to make sure everything goes good in that 30-minute. If you guys want to see a pathway, we just posted that over to Patreon, just an idea for how this would move and how bulls would want to keep control of this overall move over on Patreon in the money-making chat. No, my puts. No, what happened with the... Oh, Richard. No. He's like, I will never financially recover from this. He's that dude. He's that zoo dude. What the heck was that guy's name? I will never financially recover from this. Now, as far as AMC and GME goes, they're still not breaking the levels they need to break for this week. You have to see further upside from here. What up, Lumps? How you doing this morning? Good morning, Open Group. How's it going? Hope you're doing good this morning. You got the tux on, all ready to go, looking good. Will, good morning. Hope the fam's doing well. I always say that because I look at your picture and I go, man, I wish my baby girl could just be here trading with me. That'd be pretty funny. But she'd pretty much only say like bear, apple, binky. I don't know if we can invest in those things. Oh, top of the morning to you. Hope everyone's gonna have a great day. I think I just mixed like Scottish, Irish, and like some kind of, I don't know, like Viking talk. I don't know. GLD, remember we were talking about GLD going up to that critical level. Remember, it has surpassed that center. So we are looking for if it can break down below these areas, because now if it went all the way down to here, it'd still be potentially that 2-hour higher low. So you see the 30-minute, right? These are the type of things we were pointing out. Someone asking about gold. And this is a good sign that you're able to get up to these type of levels again, by the way. It's a very good sign. You're able to break through that middle where we kind of see that chop. So now you're going back into the chop zone. And all you're looking for here is, hey, can the 2 hour just curl up? Like, even if it curls down and down and down for a long time. And really, if you're looking at gold, you got to be looking at futures. The gaps in this are just insane. You see the 2 hour divergence. You see the what? Oh, the price action that breaks it down. Isn't that super interesting how price action gets it right, how everything comes in line here. Literally everything. The center of the zone holds as support. You see that curl to the upside to do what? Oh, go grab some sellers in what bars? Right in here. You notice you draw that across. Boom. Okay, so you're going to get those sellers. You're coming down to lower levels. And this is your last shot to try to hold up in these type of areas. Because what'd you do here? New high, uh-oh, lower high, right? So this could just be a corrective move down. See if you make that new low. Even if you do make that new low, that could be the 4 hour actually dipping down. So this is why you don't necessarily with price action want to be moving back and forth. But the divergences here are suggesting this could get worse. So if you break that low, you break through these buyers, you might be going to test the previous lows. So at this moment, though, you haven't seen that break that level. So if the 2 hour just curls up, you're probably in some kind of move to the upside. We'll keep an eye on that. Make sure to ask about gold periodically throughout this week, and we will pay attention. Maybe we'll look at that towards the live ending, the closing live stream. Very, very good. SPY. If we open up here in about 8 minutes, we will be showing that way higher. The Qs, as of right now, are still trying to show the way higher for the time being. The area, let me just mark off the actual, like the line that I would be paying attention to for today and see if it lines up. This would be 589.73 would probably be the best place to get to for now. Let's see if that coincides with a daily expected second standard deviation. That would be nice. Actually, second standard deviation is right around 588, just so you are aware. Right around this 588 is as high up as like a 95% zone. So this means only 5% of the time will you close on a day like this, like you're seeing crazy upside. Only 5% of the time will you close above 588 today. So if it peaks ahead above 588, there might be some decisions to be made unless you have longer out options, right? If you have shorter dated call options, then that would be the time. If you're in puts right now, right, you're really hoping for what? Especially if it's a big position. You're hoping for a retest today. You're hoping that this goes up to potentially even 588 for a few, like till 10:30 maybe, my time, Central Time. So that might be 11:30 for you, maybe 9:30, one of the 30s. And then you see that dip back down into these buyers. That would be the time to be like, okay, now I know this trend has changed, right? Because it's going to be over here, right? But you know that trend has changed. We took out this high, right? So we would say, okay, we're looking for the retest to get out of those positions. And I don't even know if you're guaranteed to be able to get out of those positions. You're seeing some crazy stuff. Normally, you would see the pullback, and I think here you could see it pretty quick. The retest pullback. So that would mean like if I was in puts here, and now they're here, I have an okay amount of time. If I'm 0 day, this is rough, but I would still be like, okay, wait to see if we get this retest. Then I go, okay, I'm out, back in. Maybe I even go long, you know. I am not in puts though. My SoFi is looking all right. DJT, remember when we called out DJT? Wow. What did we call out? What did we post in the Patreon? Didn't we play like 28s? 28 calls or 27s? 27s and 28s? Look at that. It's good stuff. Gold has a 30-minute divergence. It's trying to take care of business, so you're going to get a 2-hour pullback for GLD. You're already in the pullback if you're looking at gold futures. Damn. DJT just announced an offering. Classic. Let's look at Hood. Maybe in a second. What the fuck is DJT doing? Well, it had a 30-minute divergence and momentum said it was about to turn up and try to reverse around, and it did on Friday. So if they did have like a share offering or something like that, usually that isn't the best. But they did say something about Bitcoin as well. I think that's why you got this. I think they said, hey, we have Bitcoin, or we purchased Bitcoin, or we're going to. I don't know, one of those. Yeah, AMC is doing what it needs to do, but it needs to do a lot more than that this week, guys. It needs to see all the way up here, 390. Remember, you want that gamma to keep going up, right? Keep going up, keep going. So you never want to turn back. You really don't. Now, AMC can turn down. That's why we didn't mention like, oh, AMC curls down on a 30-minute and then it goes down. AMC at the top, when it went up to like, you know, 100 and whatever dollars back in the day, it actually made a divergence, right? It did this, and it made a divergence. So AMC will be different than GME. AMC, I think you more so just want a 2-hour to continue to stay crossed up. You can see 30-minute curl downs for AMC at certain times. I don't think you want to curl down yet, right? We want to see a big move. GME, I think you just want this to keep going, or at least do what? Go, set that floor, go, set that floor, go, right? Keep the price going up, though. You don't want to see this like, you wouldn't want to see this go like this. That's the complete opposite. That's when you lost it, in my opinion. AMC, similar boat, right? You don't necessarily want to see it go like this. You can go like this and just retest those buyers. Retest those buyers. But you don't want to see it be like a big ass move down to $3 again. I don't think so. We'll talk about it when it comes, but that would be it going wrong, and you need it to start to go right again to be like, okay, now it's back on the bull. We forgot to mention JP Morgan was another one we were calling out for 30-minute divergence. Pretty nice here, able to get above this high right now. 2 hour very likely to curl up here. Positive move definitely possible. And areas to kind of watch out for are right now, if not this strong wick right in here. So this little box right here would be an area that you really need to break through, use it to go higher. Just wanted to mention that for JP Morgan because it's got a pretty good 30-minute divergence. I think a lot of people I was kind of like, okay, where's the ones that people were interested in? Meta had some weird looks to it. Notice that Meta is not taking back those highs yet. AMD is able to take back this point, which is very, very good, actually. I would like it to go higher. Nvidia does have like what earnings, right? And we were looking at Nvidia from the 2 hour and just going, if the 2 hour crosses up, where does this go? Well, we would potentially even say 140 if it makes it through all these sellers in here. So we'll see what happens with Nvidia. Volatility for the time being, the 2 hour is crossed down, looking for if the 2 hour can cross back up. The 30-minute failed to get that reaction that I was looking for right in here or down in here. It's failing to get that reaction right now, and it's not even like oversold or anything, and we just got good news. So this could be flagging to actually head lower, and then we take care of those gaps maybe a little bit later. We'll have to figure this one out. For the time being, the 2 hour has crossed down. What did we say? If that starts to go negative, well, then you're starting to look like you're going to squeeze for a little bit of time. We'll have to find out. The 10-year yield is in the area where it wants to flip back around. 10-year yield looks like it might want to gear up and go higher. Kind of makes me a little bit fearful for the market at this point because boom, 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 higher highs, higher lows, and another higher low with a double bottom. So this looks like, bam, we could at least see a reaction like 4.575. That's the area I'd be watching, which means TLT could drop off, which means TLT could drop down and maybe even, I think it has a gap, doesn't it? No, am I wrong? No, no gap. Okay. So this would overall mean like the TLT is going to come test this kind of fair value in here at 83.85. That'd be very interesting. Just want to keep my eye on it. That could take some time. SPY, we want to still see in the regular hours that take out that high, but it still has some validity to it, some credibility to it as it did it in the pre-market. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Palantir. Palantir's got a pretty good move. Palantir, pretty good move. Not able to take out the chunk, but able to take out this, and that's all you need to do to really go in that uptrend. You can take care of gaps and things like that, but I think we just kind of want to go a little bit further here. I think we want to get to 588. AMC wants 350. Yeah, I mean, it's reasonable at this point. It's squeezing, so squeezing, you just need it to continue. I'm still a little bit weirded out by the PCC at this point. I don't know where it's getting this 1.139 that showed up yesterday during the morning stream that we did. So someone got nice and bearish maybe over the weekend. I don't know. Why are we up? Yeah, Trump said something about like delaying or something, the EU tariffs. That was like Sunday, wasn't it? Or Sunday night or Monday morning? No, no, it can go wrong. Richard's like, go wrong now. You always go wrong, go wrong. Oh, these moves are gonna have to reload. You still haven't even taken out that high. Like in market, like I like to see mine in regular trading hours. So if this ends up being like, oh yeah, we're going or drop short, technically we could still turn down. Look how we're still like negative. We need to hold up here for a bit of time, then turn down. I'd like to see that extend and go into here, but I just marked off the block, by the way. I'm up $1,000 on that shit. Took some profit. Nice. Heel toe, taking profit. I'm down $77. How are we ever going to recover from this, Richard? How are we going to recover from this? I'll go look on my other charts and stuff. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, you can do that kind of stuff. You just don't want to see that completely given up. Man, GME is not really looking back right now. We'll see if that changes, but damn. DJT looked back, and they looked back hard. You got to remember, 27 was the, like, hey, you know, that little wick right there starts at 27. I'd be careful of that. And they just did a share offering. So if you're still in calls, just be a little cautious with it. All right, make some money off the play. Leave runners if you want. That's the move on those types. Unless you're just holding for the long haul. There it goes. If they actually did a share offering. No, Maxi, I don't really show the after. I'll pay attention to it. Like, we can give this some credibility for doing this. This is why holding up in the zone is likely. It's very, very nice. Like, you can pay attention to this today, I think. I think this would be good to watch for overall continuation, but you do want to see it break these levels in the regular hours as well. GME breakout, no. I think GME is breaking out. I mean, you're not seeing it stop. You gotta say the same. I mean, AMC dipped down for like a second. They look good. Keep it going. Yeah, they look good. You just hope they continue to look good. That's it. Should be pretty simple there. See if that 10-year yield tries to turn around on us. We still watching Palantir? Yeah, we're watching Palantir. Palantir took out the high, so now you're looking for a retest, right? You're probably at least going to test like 125 soon. I would say in the next like trading session. Or it just continues right now. Yeah, I think you come back down to 125 at some point. You can go all the way down to like 121.50 and it's perfectly fine. Once you start to lose on Palantir 120.73, that low there, that's where you get a little bit more worried. So I don't think there's anything to seriously worry about right this second as far as Palantir goes. But if you're looking for the retest entry, that's pretty much what I think people will be watching for. So here now we see we're back in that zone. We're getting to the top of it. We can do whatever from here. We can do this. You really just don't want to do this because you could start to end up going down. You actually, I don't think you want to fill gap here. You can take care of that business with like a wick or something like that. But if we start to, see 30-minute closes like this, it's going to add up to bad things, or at least a more troublesome way up. I don't think you want a troublesome way up. Oh no, spoos. What do people call it, spoos? GME, you would like it. The most bullish thing for GME to do this week, it's already doing good stuff, right? $33, huge. 39.08. It's a big, big area to get through this week. You have implied volatility went woof up. So now you have to see that kind of gamma ramp, right? I know that people online are all saying gamma ramp. They're right this time. They are correct. You want to hold price. You want to keep breaking those barriers. You just slowly break 33, break 34, break 35, break 36. Keep going, keep going, keep going. You wanted to get through 39.08 this week would be a great, great thing. This would also say to you, like, hey, if you have options for this week, like this Friday, this is your decision-making area to like make some money and maybe leave runners. 39.08. I totally understand with that one. If you're smart with the position size and you're like, yeah, I'm just holding on to it in case the thing happens. Okay. Just know that you're doing that. Be honest with yourself. Save my money. Oh, AMC's breaking back to the upside. New high. 352. Let's look at GME now. 35.40. That's so good. I bet everyone on Twitter is losing their mind. Should we go check Twitter? I'm gonna go check Twitter. It's always fun to check Twitter when these things are happening. Just do GME and see what kind of commentation we get. Oh, it's up in pre-market. Roaring Kitty's back because of some banana thing? Do you got? Oh my gosh, he's back. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, he's back all right. He's back all right with his bananas. Oh goodness gracious, man. He got a banana award. What the fuck does that even mean? I don't even use Reddit. DJT's finished. Yeah, they did an offering. Thank you, Richard, who called out the offering. Oh, that offering is just going to slaughter this. The 2 hours about to cross down. That offering might get a retest of like $20. Trump's the biggest grifter there is. He's like, yeah, guys, we're buying Bitcoin. They buy the stock. He goes, all right, we're selling more shares. Yeah, it's messed up. It's messed up. But it's also like good for companies. So if you're in it for the long haul and not like in options for a squeeze, if you're in it for the long haul, it's not a bad thing. Just raising capital, right? Raising capital for their Bitcoin purchase. I don't think that's bad. Now buying Bitcoin right now, I don't know about that. I don't know about buying Bitcoin at 110K. You have a little bit of room left, maybe. Ryan Kitty's birthday is coming up June 7th. He might make an appearance. I'm down, Connie. That sounds fun. Markets are selling. This is a 1% gap up. This is a 1% gap up. This is not selling. Yeah, you're up 1%. You can retrace the move, but you're pretty much at that retrace like now. Oh, that's awesome, Connie. Happy birthday. I hope something great happens for you on your birthday, Connie. I hope he comes back if you want him to come back. Let's see here. I'll keep an eye on ES just to make sure like you're at that area. If you want to see we're positive, just check up futures. We're going long on this pullback. I already am long in certain areas. But this would be like this would be the first level that the SPY can make another upward move. But this would be more like day traders, I think. I still think you have the chance to like burst through, then see the resistance come in, then curl back up. Right shoulder. Look at this. Left head, right shoulder. I think this is going to be the time where you're looking for it. So what you're hoping for before that is you don't just see this like burst higher, right? And even if it bursts higher, what are you looking for here? Retest into here, then curl up. And if the 2 hour fails from here, by the way, it would have 2 hour divergence and you're going to get that daily pullback. So like this could be a quick move to go make like a touch of 600 this week. So I think the more bullish thing would be a slower move. Kind of be like an up, down, up. Then we come down. And then we just go boom. And then this might be where we start to see some trap behavior. We'll have to see. But I think it could extend into OpEx if we do it right. So I'd like it to be a bullish move that has good structure with retests. That would be the best thing for this 30-minute chart, in my opinion. I mean, I already gave my opinion to Patreon members, so. ES is starting to fall through that first level, getting to the second one right now. This is the next area it has to hold up. If not there, then you are going to potentially pull all the way back to like 58.44. So you need to hold up like right here. Right there, you would like to hold up for the ES, which means SPY needs to hold up too. That's the cash market, but I wanted to go look at, let's look at SoFi. SoFi trying to go down and fill the gap first. Able to break through both of the previous lower highs. So this would say this is doing good things. You just don't want it to reverse from here. No curling down on the MACD, right? No bad technicals here. You just want to keep you get that retest of the gap and go. You made a higher low down there as well, so that's a good thing. Let's look at VIX as that's trying to turn positive right now. This is where VIX needs to fail. We see, oh, okay, this would be very interesting. Okay, so I'm going to go into a 15-minute chart real quick. I'm actually going to turn on extended hours just for the idea. So the idea here is we're going to get support here today. We're going to run it up into the main sellers maybe. And then volatility and the SPY in this type of area is going to show the same thing, which is divergence on the 15-minute. And then we're going to see that 30-minute pull back into these areas. That'd be the timing that I'd be looking for. So if we see that, that would be awesome. That means that the 30-minute heads up, right? Up, 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 up. And maybe that even takes all day. And then we see that start to slip towards the end of the day, towards like, 2 hours before close. All right, let me go use the restroom real quick. I didn't use the restroom yet. Let me go use the restroom and I'll be right back. All right, guys, 2 minutes. My daughter keeps hugging all of her stuffed animals with hats and stuff and saying Dada, because Dada likes to wear hats. Pretty funny. Don't you expect VIX to be negative by now? Not necessarily. You have dynamic hedging going on all the time. At these highs, look at the daily chart. And the daily chart looks like what? As of right now, it's trying to curl down, right? Trying to curl down. This area towards the monthly expected move is where hedging starts to take place. So you're going to get hedging in this area regardless, right? Even if there's an upward move, you can see volatility go up as people hedge. So it's staying flat makes total sense. Usually that means something bad is around the corner, like some kind of little bit more of a pullback, I would say even on the daily scale. That's why we're paying attention to it. But I want to see if it can continue for this week, because we do see us take out that high for the time being. So bulls are trying to take back that control. It's as simple as that, right? People are hedging, and guess what? You know what happens if this starts to go this way? They take those hedges off sometimes, and if they take those hedges off, what happens? Then volatility starts to go down, and they flip, and they just go, okay, we're good, right? So you have to see if that's the kind of play. So if we continue to see hedging up here, then we know that like wealthy people, rich people, whoever you want to say, institutions, they all still see danger. And that's what we'll watch for. That's the 2-hour like trap this week. Weirdly enough, there is a potential for a trap this week. And that would be we flash our head to 600. We literally just see like a kind of like burst to 600, like just like straight up, kind of gradual straight up to 600, and then we see this. That's the drop scenario. I think actually you would want to see it quicker, so I think I'm wrong on that. Hold on, I'm too zoomed out. Yeah, you would want to see this week, like just up, 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 big ass wick above 600, and then we go down. So that's the trap. That's why I want it to be slow with retests. If you want this to be bullish into like June 20th, like I'm wanting, then this has to be like a slow grind up for the 30-minute. And then we have to see a pullback, right? We would want to see like, we'd potentially want to see like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, see that pull back and then keep going in June. And that's actually potential for all-time high at this point. I did say this, by the way, in one of my videos. I did say this, not necessarily incorrectly, but for a wrong reason. I said that this would be more bullish. This is actually more bearish, in my opinion, to make the new low here, then go test the sellers. This is actually more bullish right now. I just wanted to clear that up. We cleared that up yesterday during the live show, but I just wanted people to make sure to understand in this area, making another low here is actually, I think, worse because that invites the Qs to potentially lose their lows. But for the time being, we just have to see if we take out these highs. I want it during regular market hours. And then I want to see us go all the way to 588, and then I would like us to get that 30-minute pullback. Or just keep screaming, right? If you keep screaming, I'm going to be aware of every 30-minute divert. So this is how we reverse around, actually. It's just like one 30-minute move like this, just a wipeout kind of move all throughout Monday and Tuesday. And then we just see one dink inside and we go up again. That's actually how you set up the 2-hour divergence going into, say, Friday. And that's how you would end in the monthly expected move. So if we see this, you will see me talk about it. You want to see like small little moves. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want to see small little moves. That's my opinion. And VIX is going negative, by the way. And we were talking about that 15-minute divergence popping up here today to see that pullback down into what? Down into 583. Or I guess right here, 584.17. Yeah, we need to see the new high, though. New high, then gap fill, and I'd feel way better about it. I wouldn't necessarily say bullish, bullish, bullish if we're not, filling this gap in regular trading hours. Or not filling it, but getting past this high, sorry. Because if we do it like now, I think there's just a little more risk. You can turn around, obviously. The market can do what the market wants to do. I'm just saying there's more risk of heading lower if you turn down right now versus just like peeking your head above, showing that way higher in regular hours and then turning down. It's just my input on how I would view markets right now, but note that this is all speculative, right? Everything we're talking about, even right now, is technically speculative until we take out that high. So let's take it out in regular hours. You've done it in extended, right? We've already talked about it. You've done it in extended. That's why we're kind of like, if this is some kind of extended move, right? Because we got news over the weekend, then we still would like to see that produce upside from that 15-minute for a second, then reverse down a little bit further. Extend this up, curl it down, curl back up, and then this might be your really big move right here, actually. Either you get it now or you get it in like a day and a half. That's how I'm seeing it. AMC and GME are gearing back up. Let's take a peek. Ooh, so far so good. Nope, 15-minute. Fuck, my bad. That's... You're okay. You're okay. You're not curled down. Your indicators here are what I follow around this time. So, yeah, AMC is still showing that way higher. So until we now lose 313, it looks good. And to get real nice and bearish, you can come back into here. But to get nice and bearish on it, you'd have to lose 289. That's a big move away, too. Look at that. That is 17% down. GME 3182, 2924. Yeah, there's your points. You can lose the first one as long as you catch yourself quickly here. Like right in here. Actually, it's more right here. $31. Hold $31 is what GME is saying. And don't curl it down. Do not curl things down. If it curls down, you pullbacks get pretty mean when you see that kind of move. $584. I think so. I think 584 to 588 will be where we're kind of stuck. Unless we want to grab something. By grab something, I mean you kind of like as you go into shorter time frames, you're not going to see one bar here, but you're going to see this up here towards 591. 591 is where the serious selling started, weirdly enough. So I wouldn't take that I wouldn't consider that can't happen, but I would say 588 to 584 is a great range there to pay attention to for the day. My QQQ spread's printed. Let's go. Nice job. I think there were a lot of people trying to buy like spreads in here for like maybe even June 20th. So I like that. Thank you to the 30, like let's say thank you to the technicals. Thank you to the 30-minute divergence for showing its face. VIX, see that starting to break. Very nice. VVIX starting to break. Yeah, this could get pretty good actually. Damn. I hope we don't see a mega squeeze yet. I mean, I hope we do. That's fine with me, you know. But I would rather it like not blast up to 600 like right now. Because I think that adds some credibility to like, oh god, like we do this. I'm like, oh no. If this starts to shape up and we confirm that, and we're above the monthly expected move at that point, that's shaping up to the signals telling you we're going to end in that monthly expected move. So I don't like that. Jackie went live. Jackie went live. Okay. It's green, so he's got to go live, right? Once it goes red, he's like, shit. And it went red right away, and he's like, shit. Now I have to talk about why this is going to go up while it's going down right now. It's still fine. You can fill the gap. I don't think, like, that's just where the buying came in, right? That's those, like, little 1 minute, 5 minute, 15-minute retests. It's more like, do you see the trend change? Do you see a low broken? Do you see a breakdown below $31, pretty much? Oh, just some GME guy. Some GME guy with like 85 indicators, where if something goes wrong with one indicator, you use a different one. And you explain why you were wrong because you weren't using that indicator. And then you tell people to buy the indicator or something. You know, that's how it works. Oh, if you're, like I said, you have to be in these. If you want to be comfortable in the moves and not be like FOMOing at times where it can happen. FOMOing at times where it can happen is like, weirdly enough, you would say okay for GME, right? Because the expectation is to go higher. If you're buying actual shares, I wouldn't be bummed out about buying GME at 35. I really wouldn't. Now it's maybe going to drop to like $30, and then you would say, okay, hopefully I have money that I'm not like just blowing my whole load on $35, right? And options wise, though, it's like chasing on an option. You want to be in low with a lot of time. Low with a lot of time. Once again, with those types, you know, these aren't like companies that have produced great results as far as investing goes for a long period of time. So, you know, my inclination is not to buy 100,000 whatever. My inclination is to keep it small and just make money off the play. It's making money, so you can't hate it if you're long. You want to check for Palantir possible entries? Palantir's in a chop fest though, too. You see the chop fest? Oh yeah, your entry though. Thoughts on BWXT? Okay, we'll check it out, Thomas. Give me one moment here. This is good. So your retest is happening like on the probably 5-minute, like right now, right? We can kind of see that there's a massive gap in here. And so you wanted to see when it would test that entire thing. And then that would be the time to be like, all right, I'm going to try to do it, right? And then you say, okay, if I try to do it in here, I'll mark it off for you. So if you see a gap, let it form the next bar. Even if you're doing a 5-minute chart, just looking for a quick retest to hop in. Take that closing price, go up to that wick, and just be like, all right, there's where I want to check it out. And look, now it makes sense, right? So you just want to let a bar form, and then you kind of connect the dots here. You connect the top and the bottom. Or you connect the close and the bottom. That's better to say. And then you'll find that mid-range where you could see a retest. Now, what do you know about this retest? How is it going wrong? Well, if I start to see it go roll and make that low, I'd be looking for what? Retest to go lower. So that would mean like technically my stop would be here, or how I like to put it, because I don't like to use stops. You guys know I've said this for like years now. I think they know exactly where your stops are. You're giving them that information. So instead, you just say, okay, if it crosses through here, I need to look for what? Well, a decision to be made. And then I would say, okay, am I going to just get out if that low is broken, or am I going to wait for a 5-minute, like 1 minute or 5-minute retest to get out of the play a little bit higher up? That way I can salvage some of that money. That's how I treat it. Or I'm just looking for, hey, did the 5-minute roll down right now? If the 5-minute rolls down right now, it is confirming like potential divergences, right? So that would mean, okay, it's curling down, but it's not curled down yet, so everything's good. This is just looking like the retest right now. So this is where the 30-minute is going to attempt to get to some critical levels, in my opinion. I think that Palantir is going to try to get up to this high. I think it's going to try to test in this little area right here. Do you see that? We'll draw that one for you. The close down to that bar on the 30-minute. We're running into problems. So what you want to see here is break through, then come back down into it, or break through, come all the way back down to here for the 30-minute retest, right? So there's a lot going on with this one. That's why it's very a chop fest, is what I've been saying. Overall, the direction is trying to shift up. That's it. From the view right now, the direction is trying to shift up, and you're hoping for a breakout kind of moment, in my opinion. I think you could get it. You have a solid retest in here. You have a solid retest in the short time frame. I think you could potentially get it here. We'll find out as the SPY tries to break through and go to something like 588. It looks great. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we've been, people keep pointing out low volume days and it keeps being good. Let's check out this for Thomas. BWXT. BW. Oh, TX? TX or XT? Okay, I thought I read that wrong for a second. BWX Technologies. Okay. Oh, okay. It's just up and up and up. All right. I mean, did you get any inclination that this was like really good before? Yeah, if you just didn't have the confirmation, 2-hour confirmation up, what'd the 5-minute do here? Yeah, we've never looked back on this. So for this one, I would be looking at like, hey, did I invest at the good times? And really, the only time to invest was this moment right here. I like this moment for the 2-hour, and this is where you try to have confidence in your play. There were 2 opportunities to get in on this, in my opinion. That would be, this looks awful, right? Look at this. This looks terrible. But if we can beat this high and then retest that area, that would be great. So there were 2 times in here where that happened. Okay, 2 times. This would mean the 2-hour went up, boom, retest. That was one of the times. If you wanted the 2-hour retest, it was way over here. Second time. The third time was when you did what? Well, you broke through all of this, right? And then you came back down into what? Boom, your 2-hour retest down into here again. That was a time. This was probably complex, just looking at it, to just be paying attention to it. And then you pull out to a daily scale. This is why sometimes to clear it up, it is good to zoom out. If you're seriously paying attention to stock and wanting to see if it is an opportunity, well, daily scales are very good at showing at least when things are going to shift around for the better. Now, for an option play, this would be difficult, right? Because of how it behaved afterwards, very sideways and up. But overall, if you were looking for a good trade, it says, hey, I'm confirmed up right now. Go long for the next couple of months. The only problem is that took like a couple of months, I believe, almost a couple of months to really show you the great move. But you did get a good move right in here. So there were opportunities. Daily scale turned up here. Why am I talking about the daily scale able to turn up here? Why is that such a good thing? Did you see the MACD? Divergence. Did you see the RSI? Divergence. Divergence on the daily scale, guys, is when like investing is good. You invest and you say, hey, I could probably hold on to this for like, 2 to 6 months. And guess what? You're holding on to it and you're able to gain what? You're able to, even at the high with all the pullbacks, you're able to see a gain of 18% right now. It's a good trade, right? Even for shares, right? With shares, I can risk more money with that because I can control that money, right? I'm not doing an option. Time's not against me. I can hold on to it for a while, make sure I'm seeing the floor continue to be risen, and it did. And so this is overall a good thing. This is overall a very good thing. Now, what do you want to see here? Well, it could be rejecting from a critical level right now. So the shorter time frames look pretty damn good, but you're rejecting from a critical level right now. That gap, right? That gap is its own little box that you say, okay, that's where the sellers really stepped in. So what's probably going to take place here as far as BWXT goes is you're going to retest who? The buyers. I think you're going to see a retest of the buyers, maybe just on the 30-minute. It might just be a 30-minute. And you're going to retest where? Well, you want to pay attention to critical areas like right here. Maybe draw a box for that. And then you want to pay attention to critical areas like right here. And you could curl down to there and be done. You could curl all the way down to here and then be done. This is very, very bullish. Nothing about this says bearish right now from price action. Nothing tells you that from your indicators. But the only thing that tells you that is you could be getting a retest of the gap up there that really sent this thing for a tumble. So if this is going to get bad, what are you going to see? You're going to see it reach down for the buyers and then not be able to break through these sellers and turn down. And then you go, okay, that is what I'm looking for a downward trend, to break that low and maybe go down to gap fill or even break that low. So you don't want to be in calls during this period of time if that's shaped up. The next opportunity, I would say, is a 30-minute pullback. And then you have to see if it makes a lower high or a higher one, and feeling good if it's a higher one. Yeah, thank you for shouting that one out, Thomas. I think it's very, very interesting. What do you think? It's a nuclear play? Oh, that's good then. It's probably in an uptrend. That's even better. Yeah, once you know what it is, that's even better. Who's saying how low? How low will GME go? Let's talk about how low you don't want GME to go. Right? It can go as low as it wants. It's just when is it starting to break through things that would be bad to break through? And you would overall say, if we give up all of these buyers and all of these buyers, you have 2 sets of buyers here. So even if the 30-minute curls down, that's fine. You just don't want to break, I think, below this right there, $31. I think you want to hold $31. You can mark that off if you want. We'll mark it off. If you close below, like it literally is like 31.04, by the way. It's like right there. I'll put it right directly on the low. It's literally $31. $31. You do not want to break that. You can curl down on the 30-minute and touch $31, but you do not want to start to do this. See these type of bars. Close. Let's make it red. You don't want to see that kind of bar. You don't want to see this. This is what you don't want to see. You can see like kind of a red bar with like a wick like that. That's fine to me. But other than that, you do not want to like significantly lose $31 in any way. You want the gamma to keep ramping up. So best case scenario for GME, weirdly enough, is, you know, if you get down to $33. Do we like the red drawing for the day? Should we switch to red for the day? That sounds fun. Overall, good morning. That's great, Osmama. Well, so you're going to get decay pain over a 3-day weekend. Yeah, 3-day weekend. And we kind of discussed, like, market makers love 3-day weekends. Market makers love 3-day weekends. If these moves were printing for options yesterday, they would be way more valuable. Like for the SPY, even GME, even AMC, they would be much more valuable. Nice move up for AMC, though. I like it, Thomas. Hey, thank you for saying thank you, okay? That's how I see it for the time being. As far as the next opportunity, if you're already in it and you have a lot of time or you're invested, you're not necessarily like, oh, it has to be bad, right? 30-minute for the SPY is heading to the upside right now. We are seeing up. That is good. We have the high during regular hours. Let's check on the Qs. Sorry, that's well, IWM doing it as well. Good stuff for IWM. Qs able to do it too. So all of this has said that the bulls are taking back control, and you're potentially in that first wave of buying. No, I can't do it. I like green. I like green better. Green like our portfolios. Green like our trades. So the hope is if I'm not in this move, and I'm getting to those areas, yeah, you know, you can see further. I think you could see a top of like 590.50 would be nice. And then I think you could pull down in this area. But this could be a slow grind like all throughout the day. We just slow grind it into the later stages of the day. And then we start to see that thing start to turn down. And we get aggressive tomorrow. Retail hours we start to pick up. And then we swing to that upside again. That would be very, very cool. But this is good so far. So it could just be like bink, poof, and then go again. We'll find out. Overall, bullish. We're back to bullish. Yay! That means people will be potentially buying the dips. You just don't want to lose all this. You don't want to lose all of it. You can come to gap fill. You just don't want to lose all of it because you start to open up like, hey, are we going to get down to here? This looks good, though. Bam, right? Let's draw it. You guys want to draw it? Okay, here's what happened. Bam, 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 right? Now, what is this move? This move is bam, So now we look for wham, wham. Look at that. Bams and whams. Kenny G called me, said AMC, short AMC to $2. Richard, stop it. Richard, if are you wanting to be friends with Kenny? Are you want to be friends with Kenny? Come on now. Why don't you root for your AMC boys? Just root for them. Just say, you guys make your money. I'll make mine with GME. You guys make your money, though. Just make sure you're paying me some, like buying some GME too, all right? That's what you should say. You say, buy a little GME and you can do whatever with AMC. Befriend successful people. I don't know if you want to befriend that kind of successful person. It depends a lot. Who I team up with will depend a lot on how they got success. Not, or why they got success. Not the fact that they just got success. Well, you want to be Diddy's friend too next? Hey, befriend successful people. No, Richard, you don't want that. That's way too slippery for you. Still holding target? Hell yeah, dude. Why? I'm not even looking at that thing. I don't even care. Cool. Sick. It's like right at my fucking price point. Like, sick. I think I got it like $96. So it's not right at my price point. Yeah, 96. Looks good. Hasn't shown me pathway down. Yeah, shorter term, we want that thing to cross back up, right? But I'm not, I'm not looking at this thing. You notice I was like very slow to go even to a 2-hour chart. I don't care. I don't care what the 2-hour chart looks like. I don't care what the 30-minute looks like. I just care that the daily's okay. And I'm not seeing pathways down. I'm seeing retests. I'm seeing it can go down. And guess what? What does that mean? Am I going to take out my investment? I just made this investment. That's not investing if I take my money out in like a week. Like, unless you see like all hell break loose, why are you selling? Let it do its thing. Buy it again. Let it do its thing. Get a divergence. Awesome. Yeah. Investing is investing, my friend. 2 hours can turn up, but you don't really. You have a little bit of inclination that it could, but I'm not worried about it. I don't even think you should do option with it. I just think it's a good investment for like potentially even 5 years at least. Long-term playing crypto from like here. If you're just now, if you had like 500K, are you buying Bitcoin with, are you buying 5 Bitcoin right now? Or are you waiting for a dip to like 80, 90? Or are you waiting for a big reversal down to like, I don't know. I think 80 would be your big reversal. Crypto's fine. Like, if I didn't want to do like options or something like that and I wanted some risk, I would just do like fucking Dogecoin and just make my little 30% plays every like, you can make like a 30% play on Dogecoin like every month. That way you can at least move the money pretty quickly. But I'm not inclined to do a bunch of crypto personally right now. I just don't think it's my plan. And if my plan doesn't come to life, that's okay. I got other stuff I can buy, I can trade. There's always something to trade. It's just, hey, Bitcoin wants to give me the opportunity, then I'll take it. I have my purple zone for Bitcoin. You guys want to see it? You guys want to see my purple zone for Bitcoin? There's Bonky Boy. For Bitcoin, you know where my purple zone is? My buy and don't even think about it. My buy 20 Bitcoin and don't think. It's here. It's way down here. My other zone is down here. If we wanted to, you could do this. We actually could mark this off a little bit better. Let's just mark off the entire area. Pretty much anywhere in there, I see as an opportunity for 2026. So I think that if we do this, you're going to see a big ass downward move. That then comes back around here, if not failing around there to go deeper. Yeah, this is where I'll think about buying Bitcoin. I'll look for the setup. Just mark off my zones, wait for the setup. My purple zone is just a, hey, if for whatever reason it ends up getting down there at some point, that's where you just close your eyes and say, hey, I'll buy anything from 14K all the way down to 2.6K. That's the close your eyes place, just like my TLT. Remember, close your eyes and buy at 82.50 for an investment. And that one I was very tactical with because I know yields are back and forth. But now I think TLT might be just like, hey, goes to 82.50 again. I'm probably just holding that for a long time. Daily so close to down on MACD and no bullish divergence on any other time frame. What are your thoughts on it going down into June? Qs? Sorry, with QQQ daily so close to down on the MACD. Well, the MACD can turn down and it can be close to turning down. But the point of this is, do you have your 3 solid things that say it's turned down? Right? If you were just using price action and the RSI, you would say that all crossed down here. But do we have the recipe, the full recipe for this thing has to go down? Like it has to have that higher probability to go down. You don't have it. You don't have the MACD crossed. You have the RSI crossed, but that's early. You have the price action tell you down, but this is why I use the MACD, is to tell me like, hey, has the momentum fully shifted? We don't see that momentum fully shifted. And so until we see that momentum fully shifted and we see the MACD crossed and we see the RSI cross down, I'm not going to be saying like daily pullback is fully here. I think the SPY is like crossed. The SPY is like crossed. So you need the SPY to show positivity now, tomorrow, the next day, or you're going to just confirm daily momentum down. That's what I'm saying. Like you could really see a surge here and just see quick retests. That's how I think it actually could remain healthy, is get those retests at the least. So this means we extend the move to 588. We're almost there. 588 to 591. Then we pull it down really quickly, and then we turn right back up. And these things, like retests, can happen a lot of the time. They can happen in the futures with like highs being taken out. I want to see those mainly in regular market hours. Yeah, Richard. Thank you. Good question. Yeah, good question. As far as it stands, like Qs are just doing what they have to do to head up. So let them keep heading up. But do you see where they're running into possibly a problem? Look at that bar, man. You take that out, though, holy shit. You take that out. You might get an insane retest for an opportunity. You might not. You might just be popping off. So you wipe all of this out. Oof. You better hope you get a retest to get in, because that thing could just rip. I'm in a call on SPY. Depends on the expiration. What's the expiration, True Sniper? If it's like today, well, you're 50 cents away from the 95% line. Yeah, Palantir literally did like a 5. If you're today, then, this says if you want, 588 to 591 is the range where I see as like serious take profit. Yeah, I think like 588 if you get that. But if the money looks good, the money has to look good for that trade. If you had a call option like today, or did you like buy it just now? Because if you bought it just now, you would say that's kind of risky for the day. Yeah, I won't necessarily. I'll give you your range. I'll give you an area to pay attention. It's this. This is literally what I'm watching. You want me to draw you the zone? You're in it. I'll draw you the zone. This is the risk. Is right in here. And you're almost there. You're literally about to tap into it. If not, yeah, you're literally right about to tap into it. So this means you're very likely to get at least to like here, right? That's why we're calling out that like 588 to 591. But if you reject anywhere in here, that's where you come and you see this ping-ponging between the zones. And if you're hoping that ping-ponging is just good news comes in, you wipe it out, make a new high. Or just keep squeezing, man. But for a day, I'm talking about a day. If you're in calls like for today, and today they expire today, then if retail hour is taking you up, I would just watch for the institutional hour to take you down, which would be the last hour of the day. And we'll be live for that. But yeah, this area is where you have decisions to be made, in my opinion. This entire area is decision making as far as price action. If you wanted to go with like technicals or daily expected moves, you'd be looking at 588, and you're pretty much at the same spot. So this would be make a decision, make money, leave runners, right? That would be one of the decisions you can make here. If you're holding on to everything, hedge it, but you have a day trade. So I think it's like, do you like the money? If so, this is a great trade. Is it not? I think it's great. Got it at 10. Oh, so you literally bought it like 20 minutes ago. Yeah, this is where you could surge, but it's just you don't want to mess around. You want to make your money. Right, on these 1 minute charts, you'll see like up, 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 up. And then they'll just like do this for a little while. You're squeezing. But they could do like this. They could chop, right? That can ruin your option for a day trade. So it's kind of like, I caught this run up. All right, cool. Take my money. Right? Run away. As of right now, you're not seeing anything from this 1 minute that's like bearish. You haven't even seen like you'd have to lose this. Right? And you come back down into here on the 1 minute, by the way. So we'll see. But that's 1 minute shit. I don't do that. I can do it. I just don't do it because it doesn't really like matter to my trades. There's 587.90. Nice. Keep going. 588. 591 would be great. Breaking through that high would be the greatest. Did the news come out okay? Seems like it. Come on, Apple, wake up. Apple looks complex. I can't believe you're trying this one. This one looks difficult. Apple looks like it could still do this. Right? Still use these buyers. So you want to see Apple taking this out. Wham. That would be the best. You got to see Apple actually turning around. Apple hasn't shown you it's turning around yet, but you never know. Maybe that's just lagging behind. You see rotation. It's good for day trading, 5-minute chart. I think 5-minute charts are great for day trading. Like 5-minute charts are for day trading what gets you into a put right here. If you're looking for the 30-minute retest and you know that's when we shoot down lower, literally a 5-minute chart told you. And we went through it live if you want to see us go through it live. But right here, okay, high, new high, new high. Uh-oh, we broke a low. We broke a low, broke a low. So now we're going to retest fair value in here. We did this live, and then it went up. It tagged that, and then it just goes back down. And then this tells you that you're going into downtrend, and it says, hey, you know, this is where you have to take on some risk for the next day and say, hey, the 30-minute looks like what? It looks like it's rejecting. All that 5-minute is telling you there is, hey, I'm rejecting. So I think a 5-minute mixed with like 30-minute trend moves. So 30-minute, how is that moving? Where would the 30-minute retest? Is the 30-minute negative, positive trend? Then you just sit there and you go, okay, I'm looking for the 5-minute pullback signs that it's going to reverse back up. This was technically going into a negative trend here with the negative territory. So you go, okay, I'm looking for the signs that it's going to curl down. And then at 5-minute shows you those signs. That's why I like it. I'm not the best at executing day trades, though, so I have to give myself more time. And that's perfectly fine with me, right? I don't mind having to take more time. It just allows me to hang out with my family and go get lunch with the girls and stuff like that and be patient. Target for long is like you hit it just now, technically. 588, right? Did you hit 588? 587.99. So you're there. You're there. You're at target. Now, is this going to stop right now? Well, it's 5-minute. No, this is probably at least going to get one more push in it. So 5 minutes probably going to do this, then do this. Now, but like I said, you don't, if you have a day trade and you see it go like this, it could take its damn time and keep doing this to then get down to here, to then go up, to then do, look at all this time that you're going to lose money. You're going to decay. This is why when you see a big move on a day trade, like with a 5-minute, you see a big move, you go, thank you. And then it pulls back. And then if that's a good pullback quickly, you go, okay, day trade. All right, awesome. 590, thank you. Right? And then you say, I'm done for here because a 30-minute pullback could be coming. I don't think you're guaranteed to retest this zone. I think that news was all right, but I'm not selling. See, I have longer dated out. So you don't hear me talking about selling any of my options right now. You don't hear me selling. I'm not selling any of my calls. This is not my target yet. My target is to see us make a new high here. C600. Like if we're really being serious, and I can hold to see through that, and I can just monitor everything during and be like, all right, do I need to sell that at any point? Everything's green. And because I have extended time, I'm never going to deal with decay. You look at Tesla. Is this a kind of breakout for Tesla? Yes. What did we say about Tesla? Well, this is how Tesla gets up to higher levels. What was our target for Tesla? I think it was 365. Was it 365? I'll give you the target for Tesla. Yeah, 365. 365 is where you start to run into problems. So you want to exceed that greatly. You want to see another rip like this one. You want to raise that floor significantly. You just want to rip and take out these divergences. Because at any point, if you see like 30-minute divergence in this, and it just scales up very quickly, well, you want that to be big, because if you just see something like this, that adds up to problems, right? That adds up to, and then this line will come across, and will be like this, right? And what does that create? It creates the 2-hour divergence I'm talking about. So Tesla, you want to see a big ass move. That's what I think. Or a continued positive move to get rid of a lot of divergences here. And this is a very extended move and a very extended MACD. So be open to even triple divergence, right? Be open to up, 375, something big, maybe even bigger, right? That would be nice. 390, you pull down into those buyers, maybe even deeper, and then you curl up again. You just don't want to see this taken out. So your price action low, you don't want taken out. 331.33, something in there. Trend looks good. How many pushes have we gotten? 1, 2, 3, 4. So this might be the last time before it comes down into these areas, right? So we'll see. Yeah, this might be the last push, which kind of means weird things. It means the SPY, this could be, oh shit. This is the only thing I don't want to happen for the SPY though. And Tesla's making me think about it. So Tesla looks all right. Looks like it could go to 365. It could get little retests in there, but I'd say 365 by this week would make sense. But that means if the SPY is able to go do this and then just falls, I'm going to be seriously watching that. So this means if the 30 minutes shapes up and the 30-minute can go well positive here, keep remaining positive for a while, right? Go all the way into like, what, an hour and a half before close. Then it starts to dip down. And then in the morning, we see it dip down further. And then we pull to the upside. We can set a trap right at like 600. But I think you might want that to extend further first. So we'll have to see how it shapes up. But as of right now, it's just bullish. We don't know where it's exactly wanting to get to, but it does suggest it could get to a 600 price point for SPY. Tesla is suggesting 365. That'll look good. GME's cooking. I'm going to take a peek. I keep my eye on that thing. 5% now. Not bad. 30-minute. Wow, oh my gosh. The monthly candle looks insane. You guys, look at that monthly candle. Holy crap. How big is this? So that means where would target technically be? Like first target. Like if you saw good things, if you saw a really good move, it would be like $75. That's crazy. I have a target for 81.52. Let's look at AMC. Let's see if that'll tell us too on the monthly scale for a little like kind of target to get to here. This first target's going to be pretty low. It's pretty much a matching high. 1250. True Sniper, thank you for the $9.99. Appreciate it, buddy. Hopefully that's helpful for you, bud. Yeah, we practice good decision making, good behavior here, even if it goes like up or down, right? If you're at that decision making point, it's very important to acknowledge that you're in the 32% area during retail hour. You are in the 5% area right now, which means you have a 95% chance to see a pullback from these levels. And during a day trade, you don't necessarily want to take time. When the money's there, if you're 0 DTE, like you're suggesting you are, if you're 0 DTE, you want to make the money while the money is there. That's how I read into it. No. 12 is like a super ramp. 12 is like the super ramp if the monthly's getting involved. I'm not saying 12 is like first target for AMC. Let me look. AMC, you need to beat out 377, and then you run into problems. Let me do this. This is the best thing to probably do. Oh, shit, I fucked that up. Of course I did. So technically, first target would be 411. Second target would be 506. Third target would be 596 is what I have. So we're a little, yours is inside mine, which is perfectly fine. That sounded gross. It's not perfectly fine in gross context. Hey, JP Morgan getting going. Go, JP Morgan. Go, go, go. You need to see massive moves here, though. Yeah, SPY's just moving. But as far as, like, if I had, you know, a month out call from here for SPY, am I selling it now? No, I'm probably looking for a bigger move than this, right? I'm probably looking at least a 2-hour chart and being like, okay, do we make a new high? A month out for 600. Okay, do we get to 600? Okay, I can roll those or maybe see that pull back and then go again, right? And set that position a month out again. So, like, that's why you're not hearing me like freaking out, looking at everything, trying to figure out if I need to sell right now. I'm just like, nope, I got plenty of time, baby. Bernie laughed. You might see a little 5-minute one in here, right? Day traders, look for your 5-minute one. Holding 595 July 1st since Friday. I think there's just a risk if you see too quick of a move to 600. That retest or slow grind up sounds better. Bum 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 bum. 592. Second deviation for the weekly. We've got 606 is the second standard deviation. Oof, that would be a lot though. That would be a lot. I would love it, but that'd be a lot. You'd have to see like a deal come through at the same time as him like taking the cuffs, I guess, loosening the cuffs on like EU and stuff. See, let's see. Looks good. Yeah, 1300, not bad, right? Not a bad day. You can't be disappointed with that. No judgment, Bernie. Greatest quality patience, Lucas. Yeah, I'm like, I have time, so why am I mean, I've been trying to do this more and settle down with it because you guys make me look at charts even more than I would. Even in this type of look right now, I would walk away from my computer. With the options that I do have, I would just walk away from my computer. I'm that confident in it. And I have that much time that where if something were to go wrong, I'd be able to react. So I'd literally be going and getting brunch right now. Thank you for saying that, Tony. I hope you're doing well, Tony, with those Qs over there. They're ripping, man. You got 2% over here, and you're ticking out that high. So the only thing you're looking at now is like, hey, do we go retest a gap or retest the zone? Damn, like there's potential retest. Even for a 5-minute, you could like wipe down to there real quick. But I think you're going to come back down to here later. If you completely leave it behind, then I think if you completely leave this behind and you just see up, you're looking like wham, right? New high here, new high again, watch out above. Like that would be, whew. Oh no, watch out. Hold on. It's like good and bad. You failed to make the new high yet. Yeah, that might be a lower high. Yeah, trend still looks good for the shorter term. Still look for, pullback to go higher. But if the 30-minute rolls here, you're looking like down is the play. Like down into 1163, down into 1120. Like if you fail this here, then you're going to reach down into here and here If not, you know, look at one and mark off a zone. All right. Mark off a zone. It's like, hey, we tap into here. Okay, we go. We break down below that, right? And probably wipe out this low, but you kind of see how it would break down. You lose this. We go, those buyers, those sellers clamp down on the buyers, and then we end up going lower. So yeah, I don't like that turning right now, but the 30-minute hasn't crossed yet. Yeah, you're still like up, up, up until you see that actually cross that low. It has to dictate itself as a higher or a lower high. So dictate yourself as a lower high, go up, retest the sellers, break down more. And then you see if you hold up with these buyers. So still inclined to look at bullish things there, but it's looking, from the 2-hour perspective, it's really getting a lot of divergence. I think that daily pullback's coming, man. So maybe a test of 1,000 would be dope, but that would be a big ass drop for Netflix. That might be too much. So that, oh, by the way, Justin, that next move up isn't technically a divergence point, but it's just as important because that's where you're not getting the pathway higher. So if you see the 30-minute roll down, then it would say, yes, we are very likely to keep pulling back, maybe even get a daily pullback at that point. Yeah, pretty much. And you can dictate it before it breaks the low. You just have to go in the shorter time frames and really look like how we did right here, right? How do you tell if it's rejecting kind of deal? Well, we didn't even say this was going to go down until it like broke these lows and breaks this low. So technically our first trade here could have been here on the 5-minute, right? If you were watching, and that's what I'm talking about, kind of like you need to see it dictate itself like, yes, I'm down, dictate, yes, I'm down. If you can do that, that's in your 5-minute skills. 5-minute skills, you know? Yeah. So Justin, you can look at that 5-minute, but if you really want to be just clear with it and understand like, hey, that could still just be a pullback at this point. It's kind of crazy. But I think that daily pullback's coming. I think maybe you get another. The problem with trying to short too early in this is the SPY is holding well, the Qs are holding well, so you're not seeing that gradual like weakness across the board yet that Netflix would probably get behind. So until you really see like that 30-minute cross down, you can't say like, oh yeah, this is going down lower. It's kind of a difficult one. Netflix is just resilient. Resilient, man. It is. I could see that, Tony. Tony, that's the ripping. Do you see how that adds up? We drew it up in Patreon, by the way, but you kind of see timing a little better if you just say, okay, mark this off. We go up, right? Up, up, up into here. Let's see, like towards, let's say there. Then you see that drop down throughout the morning on Wednesday. Then we start to go back up. And you start to see how we could like create divergences here. Like right as you peek your head above, you can make a divergence. And if that starts to fall, and then you see like wham, 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 then you break down lower. So that's my worrisome thing. I think you could do it higher up too, right? I think you could do it by just seeing a flash move above this high, then you drop down, then you go back up, you just hold up better, and then you set the trap across right here. Then you see that breakdown. That's the worrisome thing. You kind of want a 5 push higher here. That's why you would rather see like boom, 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 boom. Then you could just get correction, which is take out this low, come down to here again. But around this time, during this, you're going to curl over a daily chart. So that's where it gets risky. Pathing, pathing, pathing. Woo! We don't do pathing a lot because the market can do crazy stuff. So drawing out those things is just like, to me. So bearish, not bullish. This is bullish. This is bullish. The bears needed to sell here. The bears can clamp down in here, but you would have to see like a major rollover here. This is literally breaking trend. Right? We drew this up. You just broke it. So if you see this, that says that's where we go. Broke it. The bulls are trying to take back control here. Don't get it twisted. AMC, it's time. Hey, it's ripping. Remember, I don't talk about 5-minute divergence on AMC during the run. 30-minute divergence is what you watch out for. VIX is interesting. You're going to keep seeing hedging. You're going to keep seeing that hedging. That's why this move could extend for a while if you completely break down on volatility. Oh, yes. Okay, good. Now you're coming into these guys. So this is where a pullback is getting more and more likely. As it stands, so it just depends on how long we want to extend it. And if we lose this low, then we're very likely to just keep extending. And then see something like this into potentially even like June 20th. You could see that long of this. You could see this drag out for a long time. Woo! Good stuff. We're just going to stay aware of a trap here this week, like around Nvidia earnings. Yeah, the 5-minute, 1-minute, the short ones will continue. You're squeezing, right, Richard? You're squeezing. So what do you see in squeezes? You see divergence on those short time frames all the time. That's why I'm like, at least spread it out to a 30-minute. You can believe in a 30-minute divergence still probably there with something like AMC. Let's see if it makes a new high right now. I just saw it jump to 362. You guys told me to watch it, so I'm watching it. It needs to just jump to like 75? No, just like 366 and you make that new high again. What should I buy? Groceries? Oh, you meant like in stocks. Oh, I'm not gonna tell you what to buy. It's your money. I respect your money too much to just give you a 2-second. Yeah, buy this. Buy some. I mean, I think investing in Target looks pretty good. That's pretty safe. Let's look at those levels: 522 and 514. Yeah, 522. And then right here, 517. You could stay within a range all the way down towards like 512 though. So what are you looking at, 514? You should buy Lux's scores. There you go. Yeah, sure, do that. If you want to know when to buy or sell things a little bit better and not ask some dude what to do with your money when you're, using a lot of your time to make it, use your own skills and then take me as an opinion. Yeah, course is there. Yeah, you're better off, Richard, looking at price action. Richard, tell him when a low breaks on the 5-minute. Tell him when a low breaks on the 5-minute. That's where you have more to go off of. Price action's more important during a squeeze, right? We already went over that. We just experienced a squeeze with the SPY. So I swear to God, if someone's taking bearish bets on like divergences and things like that, when we're seeing a squeeze, and then we're also like kind of squeezing right now. You can see that from our 5-minute and 1-minute. Jay Green's having a good time. Not able to keep up with the live stream today. My computer's still... No, Richard! We need to get you a computer, man. That computer's on its last leg. Hey, new high for AMC, 366. There you go. AMC, go against Schnooky. Yeah, now we can be open to 5-minute retest, right? But you don't have to go all the way down to here yet. Not yet. That's more end of day, seeing something like that towards end of day. This would mean, where do you want to go to? Potentially like 586.50. Go into here, then roll up again. Take your time too. Take your time doing it, right? Really like gradually come down, then go back up. That way you get some space here on this. And then once you see like this and it goes, okay, then you can start to talk about pulling back. Yeah, 12:30 for me. So 1:30 for a lot of you guys. You always watch out for those 30s. I think AMC would squeeze to 500K. Yes. 500K is ridiculous. I think like the highest estimate I have is like $76. So if it's anything above $76, you're hanging on for longer than I would personally. I don't need to make tons and tons of money. I just want it to be a great trade. If it's going to turn into a great trade, that would be 76. If it's going to be an insurmountably insane trade, then $100. But I will be well out of everything by 76. If it even gets there, right? It's doing what it needs to do. So yeah, 500K per share? No. I would say like $100 a share maybe makes sense. 76 to me makes sense because of things I've analyzed, but that would be like my maximum. You want to make sure you're making money. Like that's the thing. Don't be one of those guys that's like it's going to 500K and then it goes to 100 and you don't make some kind of money out of it. You don't sell fucking 10 shares, right? You know, it's like Jesus. Like make something out of it. Even if it's like a nice dinner or something that you can go on, like make it do something for your life. That's the whole point of trading. Ow, probably people bought it. What's SBET? Jeez. Jeez. Hey, man. Okay, so I don't know. Do you like higher lows? I like higher lows. Higher low, positive territory. Actually, curled up right here. This is the buy, 370, 380. And it keeps going. And it keeps going. And do you see how the 30-minute kind of never looks back? That's what I'm talking about. The 30-minute never looks back. That's what you need. You need a don't look back kind of moment for AMC and GME. I don't even know what this is. Sharp Link, is it like a gaming betting company? Okay, awesome. Well, you had a daily higher low. And you had daily divergence too, by the way. All this way down, scale in with those divergences. If this is something you were paying attention to, I wasn't paying attention to it, so I don't know about it. I would say it's really risky. I would say it looks awful, but if you knew there was a short seller problem, kind of changes. I don't know if you want that curl down at the end of the day, that aggressive. You could confirm still down a daily chart, but that would be on a positive bar. Yeah, if you're paying attention to like why were we paying attention to GME? Same thing, right? GME had daily divergence, had 2-hour divergence. Why are we paying attention to AMC? Well, same thing. AMC had a flat double bottom divergence and made a higher low with it. Buy it. See if it goes. It's going. Now, what could you see soon? Ooh, right? What if we show that pathway higher and then everyone says, oh no, it's awful, but really it's just reloading to do what? Wham! It still can do regular stock behavior. AMC can. Like DJT. DJT never even showed that pathway higher. That sucks. Hopefully you made your money on that. These plays are not, 30-minute divergences are not plays you should be holding on to for a long time. It was there. You saw the move to 27. 27.50 almost. Oh, JSay, I don't know if I saw. Hey, type it again, JSay, real quick. Is your question, is it going to $4? There was no question marks on it. That's my bad. But is it going to $4? You would say AMC is going to 390 maybe. 390. If it goes up above $4, you're looking fucking peachy, dude. Like, we might as well put a peach emoji on this or something. Do we have a peach emoji on? Does TradingView have a little peachy emoji? There you go. Here's your peach. That's your decision-making area, and also if you close above there, that's your peachy area. This is where you could probably do this. Wait, did I just skip all the hands? There you go. That's your short seller. There you go. What do you think will happen to AMC, GMEF, Trump made short position cover? Oh, GME. Sorry, GME, Trump made short position cover. I think it's gamma squeezing. So you need to hold positive gamma the whole time. I think it's gamma squeezing. I just don't want a 30 minutes to roll down like ever. I want it to just keep going. Any opinion on SMCI? I think our opinion was like what? We kind of went over this yesterday. Our opinion was get down into this zone eventually, but the 2 hours still within range of going positive. So this more so looks like what? The 30 minutes pretty negative here, no divergence, but now trying to go positive. So things might be changing here, meaning you might see uptrend for a while. Eventually, you're going to revisit that level, is my opinion. This is the best way to look at it as a daily chart, is to see here's your zone, is to see, okay, we got through this block, we showed pathway higher, we dip back down into it, so now we can go higher. We don't have to look back. But I think eventually you're going to see this start to look back, right? Unless you see like huge things from it, right? It has to be massive. If you don't see like 2 hour divergences at all during this move, even if it's a 3 push higher, you don't see any 2 hour divergence or it just keeps wiping it out, that's good. But if it makes like triple divergence, you would be looking for downward or even a single divergence. You'd be looking for the previous low to get lost. As of right now, you're just in a positive trend on the 2 hour and you're retesting into what? The buyers, right? You're right in those buyers. So we'll see if this thing fails an upward move, but unless the 30 minutes rotating down like now and you see it curl down, then you're not likely to visit this just yet. You're more likely to see a new high here, potentially breaking above $48. That's how I see it for now. Yeah, SMCI doesn't look too bad. I think it will get a daily pullback eventually. It just depends on, when that timing is. That's why you're more like inclined to pay attention to bullish things right now. Anyone doing anything smart for Nvidia earnings? We can look at Nvidia and see what it's shaping up. For now, taking out the high. We're looking for the trap above as well. The trap here would be we extend to like 140, maybe 145, maybe. And then it just pulls down. Maybe we get another move up, right? But the real trap would be we just show this, and then we go like this, and then we go up. Like this is what could play out, which would be very interesting. I don't know if it adds up with the timing, though, because this is kind of looking like, at least the SPY looks like it may want to go up into OPEX next month. With this kind of look, you have to be aware of it. So we'll see how it shapes up throughout the week, but there's nothing bearish here. Pullback's going to happen. If you're squeezing right now, you don't want pullbacks. You want like 5-minute ones, maybe. Like 5-minute holding a price sideways. If you're legit going to see like mega squeezes across the board, you want to like go. You don't want to look back. You don't want a 30-minute pullback. You just want to go. I guess you think tomorrow will fill the gap. I don't necessarily want it to fill the gap. I want to come back down into like 584. If we extend to like 590 or 591 by end of day, I still would want to see us come down, see some kind of tag of 584. We'll see. You might not get that tag, but this is great because you're just paying attention to what? Anytime that this goes boop, it should do that soon, even sooner the better. Sooner the better. You can not roll over this 30-minute and just see like some kind of wick down into here, go back up, beat that high, then you see a mean pullback, like an actual 30-minute one that's extended. Then you go higher, and then you see if you set a trap. That would lead you like directly into Friday, but you got to blow out divergence here on the 2-hour, or else it has a serious likelihood of being a trap at the end of this week. Anyway, guys, it is reaching my limit. If you didn't know, I told you guys wifey would be pissed yesterday because I did that live stream 54 minutes longer than I was supposed to. She was pissed. She edited a photo of me with a black eye to show you guys and tell you guys that she beat me up. And I was like, no, it looked a little too real. Like, that looked a little too real, all right. This is for SPY. For AMC, you just don't want it to look back. So she was like, I'm upset, I'm a little mad. She was a little butthurt because she was like, you said you're not working on Monday. Then you said, okay, I'm just going to do like a live stream on Monday. And then after that, you went an hour longer for Monday. And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm a workaholic. That's my apologies. Maybe Richard, but you guys don't have to. You don't have to do that. No. No, but I will hop off a little early. I'm going to go hang out with her for a little bit and baby girl. And then I will see you guys this afternoon, okay? Looks pretty damn good. We're taking out the high. Look for retest opportunities, but this should extend for some kind of test, in my opinion, of 591, if not a new high of like, I would say 597.50, right? Just pay attention to that next little line. But for the time being, you're in that first point where you could see that retest of 584. So we'll check it. And that's right around where your daily expected move is, which would be good to retest as well. So thank you guys for being here today. Really do appreciate it. Thank you guys for liking, subscribing, doing all the things that you do. Thank you guys for the donations and good questions. I hope we got through a good amount of stocks today. Hope you guys have all the luck in the world trading today. Make sure to trade like water and have a plan for if it goes wrong. For now, we will come back to the live show in the last hour of the day, all right? So I'll see you guys later. Patreon members, if I'm looking at stocks, I will post some things in there if I see anything interesting. You might not hear too much from me, though, because I'm trying to spend time with wifey today, okay? Have a great one. Talk to you guys in a bit. Peace out.